Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. And today, Sony just announced that they're ending physical disc production by January 2028. Woo, let's go! I really wanted this, man. I really hate physical media, as you can fucking see. I don't know if you can see it, but my chair's in the way, and my head's in the way, but there it is. All my PS4, PS5 games, I hate that it's just fucking collecting dust back there, you know? Well, in all seriousness, I am kind of disappointed. I mean, I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't think it was going to happen in this console generation. I thought it was going to happen with the PlayStation 6, for example. Alright, this video is going to be scuffed because I don't normally do these kinds of things, but I'm going to let Angry Joe explain it in his video right here.
You done fucked it up!
But yeah, let's go ahead and read this PlayStation blog that they posted today on Canada Day, July 1st. Alright, in response to shifting trends in consumer preference, new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. Anyways, as consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from the physical discs to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. God dang it, dude. The gaming apocalypse is amongst us, and I have a feeling 2027 is gonna be the last good year of games. I mean, no, seriously. I mean, we got Witcher 4, we got Fable 4, we got the new Monster Hunter Wilds expansion, we got Resident Evil Code Veronica remake coming out, and this might be a little bit controversial, but I am kind of excited for God of War Laufey. Cause what the hell is Laufey doing in was it Egyptian mythology or something? I forget. But anyways, there's also probably my most anticipated game I'm looking forward to, Final Fantasy VII Revelation and GTA 6, but I think I'm gonna I might skip out on this one and wait until I see some reviews, because this game is only gonna be released digitally, so yep. Alright, back to the blog. Following this date, new games will be available on Sony PlayStation stores and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that are already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. But still, this is devastating news for any more games that are going to be releasing right after January 2028. You could sort of see this coming as the generations of consoles go on. You can start off with, for example, the GameCube era. The GameCube era, you know, it started with the disc and it came with some instruction manuals with some cool pictures in it, you know. And then after that, the next generation, let's call it the PlayStation 3 generation, the Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii. I mean, you still got the book, you got the disc, but the book itself was more like a warning type, and it's not very detailed. And then fast forward to this generation where we got, let's see, Resident Evil 4. You get the disc. Disc is not here because it's in my PlayStation 5, but no manual at all. So the next console generation, I guess it's not even gonna be next console generation, it's gonna be this generation, where you're gonna have this. Absolutely nothing. Well, I'm not saying I hate digital entirely. I mean, I own digital games like No Man's Sky here, Fallout 4, which came with the PlayStation Plus membership, and I got Monster Hunter Wilds here digitally. Got the original Final Fantasy VII here digitally. I mean, there is some benefits, where, you know, where I don't need to keep constantly trying to change the disc to a new game. You know, that could be a little bit annoying. But for like games that like really affect me, like personally, I would like to have like physical copies of them. Like for example, like I wouldn't get the digital copy for a game like Clear Obscure Expedition 33 because this game is fucking amazing. Same thing here with Final Fantasy Rebirth. You know what I mean? I really like the physical copy because it just, you know, it means something to me personally, so I need to have it personally for me, you know. Anyways, I like having the option of choosing which, you know, is what I'm trying to say. Probably the main reason why this is a bad idea is because of this right here, posted on the same day. They're shutting down, they're shutting down PS3 servers and PS Vita servers. So basically all of those games that you bought digitally on that console will forever be gone, and who's to say they're not gonna do the same for the PS5. Oh wait, never mind. It says to ease the transition, players will still be able to download previously purchased content after the closing date for the foreseeable future. But for how long though? Like, well, I'm not a political computer engineer or anything, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna need some servers that they're to like keep this going. But how long is that gonna be open for, you know? Like, are you gonna give players, let's say, like 3-4 months after the closing date or something? Like, they should be more specific than that. But like when it comes to the PS5, I'm talking like years and years from now. Let's say like 20 years from now. Let's say I want to play a game from 2028 and it's the year 2056 or some shit, and I want to play an old game from my childhood, or from, not my childhood, but from my young 30-year-old adulthood in my mid-50s, whatever, and I want to play a game, right? And all of a sudden, I boot up my PS5 and realize I can't play it because they shut down the servers, and whenever I try to download the game, I can't because there's no servers to download it from. So what I have to do instead is to buy the fucking 4th remake of that one game on the PS8 or whatever, you know? Even though I already bought that game 20 years ago, they're still gonna make me pay maybe double the price because of inflation. Like, you know, again and again, and it's just like, what the fuck? I'm kind of rambling a little bit because I don't have any script and I don't normally make these videos, but I'm kind of disappointed, you know? Like, I was like really looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 6, for example. I was thinking that it's gonna have like one of those midnight releases. Everybody's gonna be camped out outside at midnight, and then all of us collectively are gonna wait for our own copy of Grand Theft Auto 6, the most anticipated game of this decade. But that looks like it's not going to happen. That looks like it's not gonna ever happen ever again with any game anymore. And that kind of sucks, you know? Now you're making people stay inside more than ever, right? I guess what I'm really hoping for, if this were to happen, is that like all these games get transferred to, or I mean, I'm hoping I can keep these games for like the next generation, for PS6, for PS7, for PS8, so as long as I have this account with me, you know. But still, it sucks that there won't be any physical copies anymore, because like not only do you get a sense of ownership with these games, but basically what this guy said on the disc issue, I have a collection and I buy disc purely for financial reasons. I can sell them if it goes tits up, etc. Why would I keep a PlayStation if I can't do that? but can get games on a much higher discount on Steam. True. You get free games with Epic. Amazon will give me free games with my Prime subscription and all that. Like, same. Like, all these games behind me are like my rainy day funds, basically. And, like, I can't do that with the next generation. So it's most likely, like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but this might kill my motivation to buy new games and maybe start focusing on other things, like my big backlog of games that I have not yet played, both on Steam and PlayStation. Like, for example, I haven't finished Dragon's Dogma 2, and I've yet to start Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So there's that. Like, if I can't play any of these games on a PlayStation 8, for example, then I think this is just a terrible idea. Because then you would just have to buy the remakes or like the re-releases of each game full price every time, each generation. It's just gonna be really financially dumb to do that. And at that point, you should probably just quit gaming altogether. But this is just so, like, unconsumer friendly. Like, I get it. It just they're doing it to save money, and they're doing it to follow the trends of what people are already doing, and that is just to buy digital games. But I don't know, man.
You done fucked it up, Sony! Xbox, you know they're next! Guys!
Yep.
Worst fucking news ever!
Yep.
Worst fucking news ever! All this shit, I just grabbed too much from my collection.
For us fat nerds.
This is over with! It's over with!
No, not Redfall.
Jarritos.
It's in here somewhere. This is a classic, Joe. You remember that?
Yeah.
Redfall!
I have that one.
Guys, moment of silence for physical disc media.
Yep.
Sony fired the first shot publicly. Physical disc production ending in January 2028.
Oh yeah, everybody's
For new
pissed,
games
bro.
Releasing on PlayStation consoles. No!
Pay for
No! Look, poorly aged things. Look at this.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Wasn't that long ago?
That was 10 years ago. They were like
This
bragging
wasn't that
about
long ago.
having physical copies.
You
like,
will own
oh,
nothing, and you will like it.
here's how you borrow games from a friend.
And pay full price.
Like,
Oh, does this mean
Are
our
fucking
games
hypocrites,
go
bro.
down in price? We get negative $10, negative $20. You ain't gotta deal with the disc. You gotta make it in Mexico. Can't go, and it doesn't have to go across state lines, and tariffs, and all this. Is it gonna be cheaper now? No.
nope, it's same price.
It's gonna be exactly the same fucking
Yeah.
price. In fact, it's gonna be more. Because they're gonna sell
Probably.
you the bullshit skins. What a sad fucking day.
Damn. Joe, look at Joe, bro.
Well,
He,
Joe, you
he's
get a digital
he's
copy
done.
with digital code inside. You can get the case.
Gentlemen, it has been
Oh yeah,
hard.
true.
It's been
They're
an
gonna
honor
still
to
sell the
you all.
case, but
If
inside
you're-
that
if
case,
you're
there's gonna
old
be no
fucks and
disc.
old farts like we are, this is
So
it
how I
for
showed
us.
you the
Our
evolution
generation's
of
over and done
of
with.
the
Everybody
game
else
cases
from here
when
on
it comes
is
with
kids growing up
booklets.
that will own nothing. They will license
In the
all their
PS5
software.
era,
And in
they got rid of the
Adam's
booklets
notice, it will be
altogether,
taken
and any
from
of
you. We
there's not even
literally
like a
just covered
warning
story out of the
like
fire
sheet
left
in
the
it.
motherfucking on PlayStation Store.
Next
If you
generation,
bought
or
Terminator
actually, there's not
2
even gonna be a
and
next
these
generation.
movies,
This
they're
generation,
gone.
taking
You
away the
bought them,
disc.
They're gone because the licensing expired. That is where we're fucking headed.
Yep.
That is where we're headed. You remember this shit? You remember this shit? They can come with a little book. I remember the book.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro.
Look at the
Yeah, they're basically
instruction
talking about the
books.
same shit. Let's see what Mudahar has to say, because everybody is talking about this. Like, yep, look at him, bro. Look at him, bro. All the fat nerds are upset, man. I'm a fat nerd myself.
to me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Today, something gets. Let's just rip the band-aid off. You know, I love physical media. I love owning my games. And
Yep,
honestly,
same.
the reason I have Sony PlayStation discs is up until this very day, PlayStation was like the friendliest game console that you can go to fucking own your games, you know?
Yep,
This
yep.
copy of Death Stranding 2, one of my favorite actual games, by the way.
I have
You
that.
can take this disc, you can turn your entire PlayStation offline, meaning that it never connects to the internet, never even pings a server. You could rip out the network chip on a fucking PlayStation, right?
There's got to be some kind of like digital
You can
like
put this disc into the PlayStation
wallet. No, not a digital wallet. A digital library
disc tray,
where
and it
you
will
just
copy
like
all
can
the
carry
files
around
that
with
will
you
download your files from
in case
the
like
game
your internet goes down
into the hard
or some
drive.
shit, and then you want
Without
to
an internet
play.
connection,
You basically
all
can't
of
play
the
these games without internet connection,
You can give
and that
this
kind of
to
fucking
your
sucks.
friend, and your friend can put this in their PlayStation and install the game off the disc. PlayStation made a whole ad back in the day, shitting down Microsoft's throat about the fucking discs.
Yep.
You want to know what they're doing now? No more discs after January 2028.
January
Oh,
2028 is the
wow,
apocalypse.
baby. Now, yeah, we just went from, I would say, one of the more friendlier companies to this. You know, listen, I shout
The year
out to the Switch
2027
gaming
will be the
cards.
last great
Basically, the only
year
Switch
for gaming,
game key cards I've ever bought.
cause
That and Metroid.
after the games that I mentioned that I'm looking forward to, I don't know if I'm gonna be ever excited about gaming ever again, or at least the same way.
Down here, you actually own the physical media. You can fucking trade those around. PlayStation is not even fucking making physical production. So I'll read the whole thing out because it's way worse than I thought. So thank you, Shit Schumann. Okay. Senior Director at Natural Direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends, as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. The transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. So basically, you're not going to own your fucking game. Remember, this is the same company that literally a few days ago took away your media purchases, like hundreds of fucking movies that you bought because they lost a licensing agreement.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Is there to say that if you
They removed like
licensing
500
agreements to
movies
something
on
like a Sonic
PlayStation.
or fucking an old Grand Theft Auto game, they're not just gonna delist that shit off the store completely, right? And so you never have access to a fucking game. Who's to say that an old game they lose the rights to distribute on their storefront? So instead of you tracking down a physical copy because it's been delisted from a digital storefront, which happens, by the way, you're just never gonna have access. Now the whole fucking platform is a digital-only platform.
Or they're gonna fucking resell it at max price
Players can access games. By the way, there's nothing
for like a
wrong with
20-year-old game.
Okay, basically they said that digital media, basically dead. Overnight, it's fucking dead. January 2028, they're not going to be making any more discs. This is the same fucking company that keeps chasing the stupid live service dragon. Ultimately, we believe that live
Oh, yeah.
games are content that attracts users on a global level. I'm sure live service games are great, Sony. You're just so fucking terrible at
What is that called? Marathon?
Currently, one of your biggest live service experiences,
Concord.
Marathon, is pulling in like 3,500 players on Steam right fucking now. And again, I actually enjoy
Yikes.
playing this game, but this is how fucking terribly blunt and stupid this company is. You got games like Destiny 2, where even on Steam they have 500% player increases. People actually enjoy playing this fucking game. It is a good game. What do they do with the Destiny team? What do they do with the Bungie team? They gutted it so fucking much that imagine them trying to make Destiny 3. Imagine them even surviving till 2028, January, to even release another fucking game that isn't failing the levels of something like Marathon right now. This is Sony's live service dragon. They are chasing shit that they are not good at chasing. They are killing physical fucking media, so your ownership is effectively gone.
Let's check out what Reddit's saying. Holy, here we are. Yep. Man, the future is cooked. They're going to kill all second market now, and any proper idea of preservation unless an emulator comes down the line a decade after the console launch. Yeah, pretty much piracy is gonna be like not gonna be frowned upon, or shouldn't be frowned upon after this. That famous picture right there. We had a good fellas. Enjoy your physical backlogs. I will. Man, it's kind of... That sucks, dude. Right after taking away 500 digital movies Lamau and closing the PS3 store that still has games you can only get from there. That sucks. Yep. Time to start spamming EU. Because apparently EU has the power to stop this. Good night, GameStop. Yep. Yeah, GameStop. I've been to GameStop recently, and they're fucking selling Pokemon cards there now. Like, what the fuck, bro? They're not like half the like. I want to say like 40% of the store is games, and the rest of it is just like gaming memorabilia, T-shirts, Pokemon cards, and Funko Pops, and figurines, and it's basically turning into like another version of Hot Topic. But, anyways, yep. Yeah, I was gonna play Resident Evil 4, but this news was just too massive. I mean,
that might actually be released on a physical copy is FF7 Revelation.
dang, that's true.
Maybe.
The last Final Fantasy VII copy
Sony
is
went
on
full
PS5.
dickless. Yep.
But I guess.
Yeah, and credit to
All right, before we go, let's hear what Rubicon has to say, because this guy is an OG.
I greatly enjoyed the experience of just going
He's
up
been
to the
around,
store,
let's just say.
browsing and finding boxes like this one, for instance, and knowing that if I purchase this box, inside there's going to be a disc that I can just place on the console, install it, and then enjoy the video game that is on the disc, regardless as to whether or not the console is still supported by the manufacturer, regardless if the servers for the console are online or not, regardless if the store for the console is online or not. It is always a comfort knowing that the game is there, available for me to play whenever I want, and it is going to be in its original state, which is also another interesting aspect of the whole physical media experience, because you can actually showcase what a game was like when it actually released, and contrast that with what the game is like after it's received numerous updates. And
Oh yeah,
good stuff,
before
which,
the
to be
day one
honest,
patch.
This, as far as I'm aware, is currently the only way of playing Monster Hunter World as it was at release, which is actually my favorite experience of Monster Hunter pretty much of all time, because I really enjoyed base Monster Hunter World, and ever since we had the updates for Iceborne and all that
He and I
stuff,
has the same
monster
power
behavior has
line.
been changed to accommodate for clutch law and all of these things. So basically, in a lot of ways,
Damn, I'm
it's
cooked.
preserving an experience that isn't even available anymore in digital platforms. And to me, that is something that is important. And the decision that I made in 2024 to switch over to the PC platform as my main gaming platform was because I noticed that this was something that most publishers weren't really interested in supporting anymore, because I just started noticing more and more that a lot of the games that would be coming out in discs like this one would actually not be complete, and we're going to need an internet connection to download the rest of the game, which, as we all know, as servers go down, that game basically is going to cease functioning, whenever those servers aren't available, so that you can go and download the rest of the game, since the whole thing is not on the disc anymore. And when I noticed that that is something that was happening, not just in PlayStation, but also on Xbox, and also on Nintendo Switch, that was something that I was just like, I'd rather just play the games on PC then, because that way I don't really have to pay for an online
I think that might be the way to go. I might need to make a PC.
Games. Now, this is not a critique to people that play on consoles, not by any stretch of the imagination. This was just a thought process that I went through back in 2024. Well, today, unfortunately, I am being proven correct in my decision, which is something that I'm not happy about. As a matter of fact, I wished that I was completely wrong in my decision to switch to the PC platform, and that physical media was still going to be supported well into the future. But quite simply, the writing is not only on the wall, it has basically been officially announced by PlayStation. So they released this particular Twitter post right here, news on physical discs for new games, which links to the official PlayStation blog, where they say, in response to ship... What the hell does that mean? Released at retailers in digital formats only. Think about GTA 6. You get your code in a box, and that's pretty much
Code
it.
in a
So they go ahead and
box.
They detail this more, saying it's consumer preferences in the broader entertainment
Yep.
industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital. I'd like to know exactly why it's shifting away from physical discs to digital. Like, is this something that your audience does not want? Because for some strange reason, I highly doubt it. The digital aspect of this industry is more so something that we tolerate because, quite simply, a lot of people just don't support physical media, which really friggin' sucks.
I mean, it's just more convenient. Because, like, just imagine you're a lazy guy. And you're just like, oh, I really want to play that game, but I don't want to leave my house. So you just download the fucking game digitally. And I can understand that aspect. But removing it entirely is just...
But yeah,
I don't know.
They're saying that as the industry continues to shift away from physical discs to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. So that means from January 2028 onwards, no more physical releases for the PlayStation platform. PlayStation is quite simply going full digital. All of the boxes that you will be able to purchase, like this one, will not have discs inside. Instead, they will have codes in the box. You can expect that this little circular thing here that you have.
Oh,
discs
God,
is
am
going
I
to be replaced by a little square.
I'm not
And
gonna
that
steep
square
that
will
low,
provide a
man, and
card
buy
the size of a credit
those.
card with like one of those scratchy things, and then after you scratch it, you get like a PlayStation
Oh,
code.
God.
It's going to be valid for probably a couple of years, I would imagine, because most likely these codes will also have an expiration date, because that's usually how a lot of these work. And yeah, it's just going to be a complete garbage when it comes to preservation of video games. They just said that we just don't give a fuck. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store, retailers' digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that are already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in this format. This also lets you know that most likely the PlayStation 6 will not have a physical media drive.
Yep.
At least if it does, it makes absolutely no sense because it just feels like it'd be a complete waste of money. Unless for some strange reason, after a move like this, they decide that they also want to support PlayStation 3 titles, which likely not going to happen. This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. Does it? This transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. We'll continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation and how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games, whether that is at retailers or PlayStation Store. We remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. This is absolute nonsense, but the reality is, basically a lot of people do tolerate digital distribution. The reason why I tolerate it is because quite simply I noticed that, physical media is going away, and it's been going away for a very long time. And in 2024 was when I started noticing a lot of examples of like, these games that are coming out, they're basically installers. They're not even complete on disc anymore.
Yeah, true.
Friggin' sense. But I feel that another important shift that kind of like emboldened them, so to speak, to make this particular move is Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm not saying that it is entirely on Grand Theft Auto 6's fault that this is happening, but I'm saying that it most likely is something that influenced them in this direction. Because you guys can see here, if you pre-order GTA 6, it says the physical version of Grand Theft Auto 6 containing a download
box inside.
To support preload. And you're like, so people are probably going to, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be upset about this.
Oh shit, it's gonna be cheaper? Hell no, it's the same price.
Well, according to rumors, and these are rumors, we don't actually know any pre-order numbers. But one of the things that is being talked about is that supposedly the pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6 have surpassed 39 million copies, which doesn't really surprise me all that much if that was to be the case, because one of the things that people don't talk about enough when it comes to the gaming market is just how much it has grown over the years. So you guys might be like, well, it seems like a lot of copies for, a game that released its pre-orders not even that long ago. Yeah, but the market is massive right now, and Grand Theft Auto 6 is potentially one of the biggest, if not the biggest games out there right now. Probably the only thing that is bigger than GTA 6 is going to be something like friggin' Roblox or Minecraft or Fortnite. Take your pick from those three. Those are probably going to be the only ones that are even going to be able to match up to Grand Theft Auto 6. And the fact that Grand Theft Auto 6 has made so many sales, and the interesting thing is we don't know how much it sold, but we know that likely PlayStation is the primary platform right now for Grand Theft Auto 6, simply because there are way more PlayStations out there than Xboxes. PlayStation has completely won this particular generation, whether, I don't want to talk about specifics, but we all know, right? We all know if we're actual adults and we actually just think about this for like more than 2 seconds, of course PlayStation. They have way more units out there in people's homes than Xbox, absolutely. And this is not like a console war statement, this is just a fucking fact, okay? So
This guy's an OG. He's been there since the Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation rivalry. I mean, I was there too, but
so they have the numbers. They are aware of just how many people purchased GTA 6 digitally, through their platform. And that, I feel, is something that likely emboldened them to make this shift as well. Now, one of the things is, as per usual, when it comes to C-suite executives and all of that stuff, they are completely out of touch, and they think that, because GTA 6 did this, this is just the new standard, so this is just what is to be expected moving forward. People are just going to buy digital stuff, and that's it.
no, because you just made it the only option.
Because it's GTA 6, and because they want to play GTA 6 on release no matter what. This is not going to be something that people are going to be doing for every single video game. And I think that
No shit. No shit. If you had the option of buying a physical disc for GTA 6, that shit is gonna fucking prove that physical media is still popular.
Because
just
PlayStation going digital.
GTA 6. I don't know. The guys at Rockstar.
551 movies that people purchased from their services.
Just like Rockstar just made the decision, or I don't know if Rockstar did, or if maybe Sony had like a hand in that decision, but like they could have easily made that amount of pre-sales with the physical copy, and it would just prove that physical copy is still popular and it's not dead. Like I don't fucking know, man. Let's just to end things off, man. This decision sucks. I mean, like, dude, I might switch to PC gaming at that point because there's gonna be no reason to own a PlayStation. I mean, half these games that I have right now, you need internet access to download the full game anyways, right? So some of these games that I have are just keys. So if I'm not gonna have the physical copy of a game, what's the point? You know? Like, what's the actual point? I mean, with those, at least, like, there's something in it. But with this one, it's just... Anyways, I think this has gone too long, and I have a feeling this video won't make any sense, so... Yeah. The gaming apocalypse is among us. And it's starting. It's actually starting right now. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. Alright, let's go play some Resident Evil 4 to get this shit off our mind.